This truck isn't sold in America, so bringing a Hilux to the States comes with some serious challenges. Our Hilux started as a standard truck, but after transforming it into an expedition vehicle, we took it across Africa and Europe. And now we're making an even better version that can take on the most demanding tracks in the US. So, this is Louis and the Rover making our Hilux American proof. For the next year, this truck won't just be our vehicle, it will be our home. In our previous setup, we simply didn't think smart enough about how to organize the space. So, this time we want to rebuild it differently to make life on the road easier and more comfortable.
All right, what is the plan? Okay, so we have a plan.
Yes, and if we look at all of the things from our brainstorm, we have three main topics: more comfort, reliability, and remote ready. That we can drive more kilometers without refueling, recharging and everything. Reliability is to prepare for North America, where the Hilux is not available in the market.
Especially the US, yes?
Yes, so make sure the engine, everything taken
Up to
care
date,
of.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And of course the tires. And more comfort, it's more in the daily usage of it as our home.
And especially clever solutions that we don't have to take out everything every time.
Yeah.
And I think we need a heater.
Yeah.
All right.
We are Patrick and Orla. Together with our Labrador Louis, we overland around the world. First with our Land Rover Defender. But along the way, we learned we needed a bit more comfort. But more about that in the next episode. So here we are at 4-wheel drive specialist in the Netherlands. A place where I can work on the Hilux with the help of top professionals. And the first task was to remove the old interior. Alright, we are here at 4-wheel drive specialist with our modcap, and we traveled now with our modcap camper for 10 months straight, and exactly 1 year ago we built the interior ourselves and it worked really well, but we also learned on the road what we had to do different.
So this is the reason we're gonna rebuild the Hilux, because it's a freaking mess and we need more space and storage.
Now we're going to build, I think, the most beautiful interior that you can build for a modcap camper. Well, let's continue then. Removing and cleaning everything. And here we are, down to nothing, with 3 months left before the shipment. And here I am destroying it even more by drilling in the car. The modcap is off, the interior is out, the new floor is already in here. I installed the rails on the roof because we're going to do 2 load bars there. But we cannot do it if the modcap is on, so we had to do it before. We removed the old standard Hilux bumper because it was quite damaged from all the off-roading, and now we're replacing it with a full steel bumper because we really need it with off-roading because we hit it quite a lot, so it's good for protection. And here is the brand new bumper. At 4-wheel drive specialist, they cut the new interior with a CNC machine exactly how we wanted it. And from here, we could work towards a completely new interior of the modcap. Slowly, our camper came back to life.
Here we go, we have a full new kitchen. Really happy. Look at this. Really nice. Whoop, whoop. The electronics is almost in. At the back you see the two 150 amperes red arc batteries, and here on the left side we have the red arc manager 50 and our 2000 watt inverter, and they're now doing all the cables for the lights and everything else. And also, because that's the next project, we will have a built-in diesel heater, and I really want to show you that one. It's now done really professional instead of how I did it last year. So now here, for example, you see all the wires organized and done the correct way. Same as all the fuses and all the connections to the batteries.
And finally, a place to store everything we don't want in the camper, like Louis his food.
3 months ago we were in Iceland, and this is how it looked.
Over the last few years, we had a lot of cold moments where we would love to have a diesel heater.
Let's hope it works tonight.
Especially a working one.
Otherwise we're dead.
And even though it was an amazing experience, the cold can be quite intense. So this time we're doing it differently, and we're going to build in a high quality diesel heater. This one is from Autotherm, and the good thing about this one, we're going to build it in the interior, but we're going to connect it with our diesel tank.
So this is it. The Autotherm diesel heater, connected to the car's diesel tank, so it's really easy to use and doesn't take up too much space.
So the diesel heater is installed, it is connected to the diesel tank of the Hilux, and it's built in this small closet, as you can see here. And since it's now connected with the main batteries of the Red Arc, with one simple push of this button, the diesel heater goes on. We can adjust the temperature with the rotation, and here we will make a panel and we will integrate the button into the panel.
But first, we install some more AluCab accessories. This already looks amazing, huh? This is what an average day looked like for us. With the three of us, we drove to Orla her work at Toyota Lauman. We dropped her off and we continued to drive to four-wheel drive specialist. Louis would get all his stuff out of the car and go straight to work.
Okay, big day today, because today we're going to install the heavy duty clutch from Train Tamer, and that's really needed for two reasons. One is that our current clutch is already being used for 200,000 kilometers, because the mileage of the car is now 200,000. So when I was off-roading or even putting it in reverse, you can already really smell the clutch. So I think it's really time to change the whole clutch kit. So I'm also really curious what the current state of the clutch is when we take it out. But the other reason is that because we increased the weight of the Hilux pretty much, I think it's now around 3,000 kilos. It's really time for a heavy duty one, so that if we're in North America, yeah, we can do the really challenging tracks and the clutch will not fail.
So here you can see the old one. It's the new one, so it was totally necessary.
Next up are the injectors. After Africa, they needed replacement, and we didn't want to take any risk. So Gert, the mechanic, took them all out and put brand new ones in. We replaced the extra diesel filter from Fresh Loop with a brand new one.
All right, this is the old diesel filter. Okay, we put the new filter in.
So our new tires just arrived in the workshop. We have the new BF Goodrich KO3 tires, and here you see the older one we had, the BF Goodrich KO2 tires, and we've driven all over with them through Europe and Africa, 80,000 kilometers, and they're still good. They did a really good job. So, but now we're even more excited to try and test the new KO3 tires. They have better durability and the sidewalls are even stronger. So we're really excited to test them out on the tracks in North America. We're going to change all the oils in the car. So engine oil, differential oil, transmission oil, everything. But we're also going to treat the car with some Caratech from Liqui Moly, and it's really easy. You just add it after an engine oil change, and then you give extra protection to the engine and you clean it even better. We're going to put new Ironman brakes on the Hilux, and you can see the difference here. This black coating, it's for rust, and we have more ventilation on the disc. So if we do a lot of off-roading or going downhill or hard braking, these can take higher temperatures. So with the extra weight on the Hilux, these are perfect.
We will drive all the way from eastern Canada to the west of Canada to take on some of the most remote and challenging off-road routes North America has to offer. So we need to be able to cover long distances and be as self-reliant as possible. So that's why we are replacing our standard 70-liter diesel tank with an Ironman 140-liter diesel tank. Last year, we found out in the desert of Mauritania that the Hilux can burn a lot of fuel, and the standard diesel tank can only get you around 300 to 400 kilometers. With the routes we are planning, that's not enough. So now we can carry 140 liters in the tank and 20 liters in the jerry can. Due to a bad air compressor, airing up our tires took forever. This resulted in us not adjusting our tire pressure at all, since it took way too much time. So this is something we don't want anymore. Luckily, there is always a smart solution.
This Ironman compressor, 160 liter per minute compressor. We had a small compressor, but it took around 50 minutes to pump up all our 4 tires. Sometimes we just didn't deflate our tires, so we don't want that anymore. And since we still have space here under the hood, we want to place it here, a permanent place. So it's really easy to use it and really fast to use it. So that's what we're doing now. So I now made the holder for the compressor.
It's connected, so I will test it now. Battery is dead. Okay, so the battery is dead, so I cannot test it, but that's cool. With the Red Arc system, I can just say recharge the battery of the car, recovery, and then I press start. Now just wait a few minutes and then we can try again.
Yes, now we can finally air up our tires within seconds. We installed some extra lights, not only for the visibility, but also because it looks freaking cool. And after 3 months of hard work, I could finally show Orla the end result.
You like it?
We will give you a full tour once we are in North America, but here are some of the new cool features. A 200-liter storage box for all our spare parts, tools and dog food. New laser lamps. A 400-watt solar panel with permanent Starlink. New Ironman side steps. An Alucap outside table that fits our recovery plates. A new Alucap kitchen and an induction plate so we can cook fully electric, and a cool Marshall speaker. All of this is powered by our Red Arc system, and 2 times 150 ampere batteries make sure we always have electricity. Some more Alucap equipment, an Autotherm diesel heater, the new interior with a switchable lounge area or table, the diesel tank, a new ice cold fridge with a freezer compartment, so ice cream, the Ironman compressor, a new Atoto multimedia system, and an Alucap table under our solar panels so it's smartly stored away.
What do you think? It is ready. Are you happy with the end results?
I'm so happy. I'm so excited to just go and adventure again.
Yeah, 3 months of hard work with 4-wheel drive specialist, and this is the end result. And I think we now have more comfort, we have more reliability, and we can go even more remote.
And this is exactly what we need for our expedition to North America.
Yes, because we have 12 months and we're going to drive really hard tracks, remote tracks, and also the weather can be pretty tough sometimes, but I think we can face most of it really good now, right?
Yes, and of course we're not able to do this without all of our partners. So
and with all the hard work of 4-wheel drive specialists, all the people that work here.
Yeah.
Because I have some knowledge now, but not what these guys can make. So that's a totally different level. So now we will bring the Hilux to the boat, to the ship, and it will take 10 days before it arrives in Canada. And there we will pick it up.
Yeah.
Then we can start.
See you on the other side.
See you on the other side.
Well, first we have to pack everything since the car is leaving first.
Packing day.
Yeah, there's less stuff and it's really packed, the car.
Yeah.
We take so much things. Katie, Annie, no, we don't forget you. You will go with us. Hier, wil je erin? Kom eens, 1, 2. Nee, nee, nee.
Louis was not really happy about doing that overland thing again. And then I drove the car to the port of Antwerp. So now the waiting begins.
There you go. Woo!
Alright, it's done, guys. It's at the harbor. Let's go. See you in Canada.
And by the way, I think we never properly explained why we changed from Land Rover to Toyota. So, in our next video, we will tell you all about it. Which one we like more, everything else about this spicy topic. So see you then.